Okay, today is April the 18th, 2016, and this is the Northeast Pacific Water Vapor Loop, the NOAA, goes west water vapor loop. We're watching a gale force system, 1005 millibar move in towards California. There's not much high pressure built in right now. It's that's going to allow uh, probably some rain by the end of the week. They're calling for rain now by Friday, and there's still a lot of chemtrail spraying going on in this moisture field right here. We also have a transmitter that's cut a big channel right along here, and that is preventing this next moisture field from advancing and feeding the core of this system to re-strengthen it. This has all been surrounded by uh, high pressure, and that is causing an odd square-like feature on the core of that system. We'll look at that here in a second. We can see that all this moisture is mushrooming into that channel right there that they've built in. Let's look at this in the infrared loop. We can see the effect that's having. Also, same thing over here. This upper level low storm is still spinning. Actually, we have a right angle on this as well. We'll take a look at that. But we can see that this is probably going to move in and deliver some rain. All right. Let's look at the surface analysis map. We can see that there's not a whole lot of high pressure built in off of California. There's a trough shown from about middle of Washington all the way down to Southern California. We have 1016 millibar right offshore here. And this is now moving into the east-northeast, this gale force system. So we may get some rain. They're calling for rain on Friday, but could happen sooner. It may not happen at all because of all the chemtrail aerosols being sprayed. And we have high pressure all through this area, a huge sort of a L-shaped, a backwards L-shaped area of high pressure. You know, that'll block what's happening here, this front. All right, let's take a look at the jet stream map. You can see that there's a disruption where that low pressure is being surrounded by a transmitter. All right, let's take a look now at the western U.S. water vapor loop. And we can see, let's go ahead and stop this and scroll through. We can see that we have a strange rectangular shape right here. That core is being worked on by a transmitter. All right. And we have a right angle over here. We'll take a look at that. And we can see that this is well surrounded. There's a transmitter right on top of this system that is preventing all this moisture from feeding that vortex. We still have thunderstorms over Texas moving in from Mexico. Let's take a look at the infrared loop. We can see how that channel is very effective. It's separating this system and its moisture from this system over here, as well as the moisture moving in from the Gulf of Alaska. All right. Let's look at the, this is the sea level pressure map. We can see that there's not a whole lot of high pressure off California, which would indicate we've got probably better than a 50-50 chance of getting rain. Looking at it right now today, we have a low sitting right here indicated. And we've got this thing moving into the east-northeast. It's sort of moving in this sort of a diagonal pattern. So by Friday, we should be getting some cloudy weather, and they are chemtrailing all this, which will probably stop it. We may just get cloudy weather. Here's the 500 millibar. We can see the two lows here. This thing here, we should be getting some kind of weather, but the chemtrail spraying will determine whether or not we get much rain. There's the 300 millibar. Same thing. All right, here is the geostationary, the SSEC geostationary. We have a water vapor map here we're looking at. We can see the chemtrail activity pretty good here. We can see all the spraying right here off California. And today, we had a lot of spraying towards the end of the day, right before sunset. We had a lot of spraying. Right now at 9:45 10, 9:45 p.m., we have a temperature of 65 degrees. The relative humidity is 29%, and the dew point is 33 degrees. And it was very dry today. Again, this morning we had 14% relative humidity. That's pretty low. So they're keeping things very dry because of all this weather. They don't want any rain to fall in California, apparently. That's the pattern. And we can see this odd monstrosity here. This core of this storm should be a nice spiral, a round spiral, not a rectangular shape. Mother Nature doesn't generate rectangles in weather. If anybody tells you they do, they're full of crap. Okay. This is that is a radar causing that rectangular shape. Same thing over here. Okay, let's look at the this is the eastern U.S. water vapor loop. We can see what's happening. Let's just stop this and take a look at the see the square feature right here. It's better in the water vapor or the infrared. There we go. A little more defined. Okay, so we can see the effect that what's happened here. That is a fairly straight edge, except for right here, but that's just a little spillover. But obviously this is man-made, tampering going on there. There we go. That's getting fairly well defined. This is several hundred miles long. Same thing here. And you can see that. Okay. Keep going here. We have thunderstorms that are being blown apart right down here as they move into southern Texas. You see the blast pattern, not only down here, but right up over here. We'll take a look at that next, right here. All right, here is the south central map showing Texas. And we have two big thunderstorms, one here and one here. We can see a blast pattern on this one, right along this edge. Let's take a look at the infrared loop. Stop this. We can, right here, all that. That's a blast pattern. You see the deep red. This is the beginning of the loop again. And right there, they hit it. And we can see all that. Now in the visible light mode, we can see a little bit more detail here. We can see that also right here. This is just developing right now. So we're going to, as time goes on tonight, if this reveals anything interesting, I'll do a second video tonight. All right, let's go now look at the, this is the visible light mode. We can see that storm, that supercell right up here getting blown apart. All that that blast pattern is visible as well on this map. You stop and just scroll through. You can see that, right, this whole system right there. Also down here, let's take a look. This shows up. This does not show up on the other maps. Let's look at what happens right down here. Now watch this arc right here. There's an arc. It goes around. As I advance through, you can see that arc. Right here, it moves out. If I play the right at the first 2 or 3 frames. That is a shock wave. Now the other thing that we're noticing is that they're putting graphical overlays. I'll stop this. It looks like a piece of it has a crisscross pattern like a piece of gauze or a drywall tape. You can see that right here. They're putting that feature. It's an overlay. It's basically a Photoshop technique to hide the dimples that are from the either the microwave or laser that they're using to superheat these cells. All right, and that's also visible up over here on this cell. Now we're getting good contrast on these few frames, but as it advances, we can see right here they've got a gauze pattern, an overlay right here, and we can't see the detail. Same with down here. But we do see the blast pattern, and we can also see the effect on the infrared map, the color change. If we just go back here, we can see that right after this red collapses, we see that huge blast pattern. And we're going to have plenty of much better examples of this as the monsoonal season arrives in May and June, and then hurricanes, all that. We get some really good examples. And also in my videos in the last year, you can scroll through from May, June, July, August, and September and see all this stuff too. All right, so that's pretty much the update. Texas is not out of the woods yet. They've got plenty of really severe thunderstorms moving in right down here, right along the coast. If we go back and run this loop, let's start that up. Oops. Looks like this is right out over the Gulf of Mexico. This is one of the ones they're hitting that we were just watching. This one here, and then the one right above it. That's where we saw the blast pattern right there. There's two big cells, so they don't want any hurricanes developing down here in the Gulf of Mexico. There's some pretty good evidence by the HARP report that the HARP report guy that there's some insurance hanky-panky going on with all these coastal towns to buy insurance, hurricane insurance and all that. And if you watch his videos from about a year ago, you'll find all that information pretty interesting. There's an insurance scam going on, and the insiders know what they can do with the weather, and of course the insurance companies and the citizens don't know what's going on. And so this is a pretty good cash cow they got going. All right, so that's the report for today, and we'll go ahead and do another update either tonight, depending on what happens with this next big supercell right there. We'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, we'll do another one tomorrow. That's it.